Truth Frequency Radio.
Yeah, it's that kind of morning again. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Truth Frequency Radio and the Ironworx. It's Walt here. No, I'm not alone, although it may seem like it, and it may sound like it. We're not quite sure just yet, but I'm here. It's Ironworx. You're not lost. Well, you may be lost, but you're in the right place. Let's say that. I am joined, potentially, by 3 people. Now, whether we'll hear them or not, we're going to find out now. Let's start, I guess, with our buddy Zach. Too nice for rice, of Bali, C squared. Good times for all over there on the tubers. Here and there and yonder, all over the place these days. Zach, let's find out if we can hear you, sir.
Hey, well, hello everybody out there in YouTube land. Can you hear me? Or TFR land, sorry.
See. Oh, man. Well, how are you, friend, this morning, sir?
Not too bad. It was a good night, I guess. Not bad. Good week. Getting stuff done. Got a lot of good rain. Garden's looking great. Got it all lined up, and the rain just soaked all that lime right into the soil. So, yeah, things are good. Things are going according to plan, I guess I would say, if I had a plan.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm playing with audio.
But yeah, well, it was a good week. You know, working on the galvanic cell model with Lucas and trying to, I don't know, it's neat watching his mind as he's learning more and more about the electrical side of things. I think he's making a bunch of connections in the galvanic model, and it's really, it's so cool. Like he was talking just earlier, where I saw that message in Skype, and I was like, yes, Lucas is. I knew as soon as he started comprehending the nature of electricity a little bit more, which he already gets a lot of it. But once he started getting just a little bit more and applying it to his model, I know there's going to be some magical things happening. So, yeah, it's exciting times.
Yeah, definitely. I'd be great. Just things that were on my mind about the galvanic cell and that sort of show we did today. And it was pretty interesting just to see what you guys were laying down and the reasons why that you were saying what you were, and that basically. So I took that information in and tried to see how it fit. So, and yeah, it's going to lead to different sort of ideas. So I'm pretty stoked with it all, really. But anyway, hi everyone, I'm here as well.
Yes, Lucas is here. That's fine. You jump right in, sir. It's one of those days, and it is Friday, my dudes. And yeah, I found another button, and I pushed it. Did it do anything? Okay. So yeah, last but not least, certainly not least, as you can tell, when he's not here handling things, it kind of goes to crap really quickly. Hello, Josh. Good morning, sir. How are you this fine and lovely morning?
Well, you know, it's a morning.
It is a morning. It is a morning.
I decided I needed to invest a little bit
I bought a couple of grow lights. So I've been super excited waiting for those to come in, and they came last night. And I've been promising a little surprise. As soon as the lights get here, I will give you the light you so desperately need. So, like a kid on Christmas, as soon as they got here, I hooked it up my pocket knife, and I'm tearing it open cardboard boxes, dust flying everywhere. I'm just going at it like gangbusters, trying to get those lights out and get it all put together and head downstairs and find the place to hang it.
You cut yourself.
No. Even better, I made it about 4 steps down into the basement to go hang it. You look down and you could see standing water on the basement floor. Oh shit, the worst. I took a couple more steps down and tried the sewer over here where there was not many dry spots there in the basement.
Oh shit.
Get a dehumidifier in there.
Yeah. Hell.
Quick, just to keep the air dry at least, so we don't start getting mold and other stuff like that.
Interesting. See, I didn't even think of that when you said it this morning. My family in Oregon, they pretty much, from the first minute they got there, lived with dehumidifiers in the different apartments and units and things they stayed in. So yeah, that could definitely be a helpful thing.
My mom lived in an old country house when she lived in Wanata out in the sticks, and she always had water in her basement, especially when it rained. And they had a sump pump down in there that was always on, but it didn't run unless the water hit a certain level. It was kind of like your toilet. Once the water gets so high, it would kick on and start just shooting water up through this hose, and it ran out a window into the outlet. And
Yeah, I got one of those.
She always had to have it there. And then they had a dehumidifier down there always as well. And it kept the mold away and stuff like that, but to stop the water from getting in is, good. I hate saying it, but good luck with that. It's so expensive to do the concrete foundation type. But most people do that, and they will just, get the sump pump, get the dehumidifier, and kind of live with it. So yeah, you got some options to look into here, man.
Yeah. I think we improve the drainage on it. Doesn't hold up its water.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's a lot of what it is. This rain comes down and water just saturates the ground and creates that hydrostatic pressure and just pushes it right into the house. So yeah, I don't know. I almost need to call into work to clean up the mess.
You need a moat.
I need a moat. That's exactly right for us. I need a moat.
Yeah, they're better. There's more use than just keeping the Black Knight at bay for the moat, that's for sure.
You have to get like one of those wooden doors that you wheel down to get across it and stuff, so that must cost you a little bit that way too.
Yeah, the drawbridges look awesome.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Well, it's Blackwell. Oh, Josh. Yeah, Watt won't have that problem. His house is on stilts.
Yeah, true. True. They just try to wash us away all the time here, so we pretty much have to stilt it up. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's the one thing that was so hard for me to get used to my first time down in Louisiana. Every house is on stilts. I mean, there's no such thing as a basement in Louisiana. It just doesn't happen. I didn't see a whole lot of basements in Colorado either. I don't know if it's because of the Rocky Mountainous, it's not like digging a hole in dirt. Digging out a hole in a mountain is different. Yeah, I didn't see a whole lot of basements in Colorado. It's weird how architecture, we have we don't get to just do whatever we want wherever we are. We kind of have to live within our means that the land allows us to. I mean, you could build stuff, but it'd be a pain in the butt trying to build a basement on a mountain.
Mm-hmm. Well, for everyone else's information, it's dry as a chip here. I want some rain. Send some my way, 'cause, yeah, it's looking pretty sad out there. Everything's dry. My backyard's pretty much turned to dust, and it's almost like a late summer. So yeah, I think there's rain coming, but yeah, it gets to a stage where you're just like sick of summer because you're sick of seeing everything sort of dead. You know what I mean? That sort of dry, dead look, and you're just like, bring on winter where you can see some greenery.
Well, we didn't have too many of those years up in Indiana, but I do remember one. I think it was 2014. We had like 3 weeks with no rain. The only thing green out was my garden. The grass was like brown, yellow, dying, dead. And then there was a ring of grass right around the garden that got watered. And that was the only green grass in the whole 3/4 of an acre. Was right around the garden. Everything else was all dead. And in the garden, even when you water it, it still takes a hit from all that stuff.
Oh yeah, definitely. But yeah, no, I think it gets to me. It gets on my nerves a bit. It gets so dry, and so that's when we get all the bushfires and that sort of stuff. But it seems to be so late. Like our actual summer has been really quite mild, and now it's really dried off, and we've been getting the warm days, so it's like a late summer. Pretty strange.
Yeah, Mother Nature is a fickle mistress.
She is indeed a fickle bitch. I mean, yes, she is. Well, thank you all there in chat trying to work it out on your end while we're not working it out on this end. Yeah, so head over to TFR.
Yeah, it sounds great on our end here, folks. I don't know what's going on YouTube. What you gonna do?
Did I turn myself off maybe? Because I see Brian in chat saying I ran away. I don't know. I could have. I've done so many clicks trying to figure out what's going on. I could have turned me off.
Well, I think his nephew ran away. His nephew.
Oh, my bad. Thank you for staying on top of that for us there, Josh. Because I'm definitely multitasking and just incredibly badly. Proving yet again that it's not something we were meant to do, or at least not something I'm supposed to be doing. Incredibly inept, it would seem, with it. So I don't know. It's got to be some kind of thing that audio out cable thing that you do that I'm not doing that has to be the trick that I don't have that you do. So we're just going to let you guys play around at TFR. Our buddy Alan has dropped that link for you in the YouTube chat if you're still hanging out there. And head over there. And then if you get over there, they've got some workarounds that you may need to know about. Good morning, though. It's Friday. Thank goodness. We made it through this week by the hardest. By the hardest. Man, I'm going to mess around and break something. So I'm going to stop clicking on stuff. Good morning to Voynick over there on the TFR chat. Good to see you, friend. Someone we've been threatening and promising that we're going to have over here. And every Wednesday we go, well, who should we have on this week? And that just never comes up. So why don't I write that down right here on my face? Aha, I see a piece of paper I can use right there. And we will get in touch with you, sir. We do have one already. I'm not saying we don't. Sure do. I'm saying that we should get Voynick. That's all I'm trying to emphasize. More for myself, because every time I see him, I say this. But this time, it's being written down. So tell them about our guest, ladies and gentlemen.
We've got Patrick from Pat Life Podcast. So he's going to come and hang out with us. I'm not sure if he's going to be there straight away, but pretty after we start, I'd say.
Tell everybody how you guys got to know him.
Well, he reached out to me on my YouTube channel and left a nice message and said, I'd like to have a chat with you. So I did a YouTube interview with him, and then he enjoyed the interview, and obviously other people did too. And so he asked me again, and then I basically got Zach to come on with me and to talk about sort of flat Earth and some of the electricity stuff, and just have a good conversation. And basically, we enjoyed it so much that we're going to go back and have another interview with him, as well as we enjoyed his company. So he's going to come back on the show. Sorry, you're throwing me off a bit. I can hear myself.
Oh, did I do that? Did that change?
We're getting a little echo in.
That's interesting. My bad. I'll stop.
Better. I'm not hearing it now.
Yeah. That could have improved sound, actually.
So basically, we enjoyed his company, and we thought, it was really laid back. So we get him on the show and hang out, and he can tell us a bit about himself and what he does.
Very cool guy. It felt like we were on our kind of
awesome. I can't wait.
We're talking with him. I mean, he was asking questions and stuff, but very laid back, very just. I don't know. It felt like I was hanging out with you guys. It really did.
Excuse me.
He's got that soul. You could tell that. It's going to be a good show tonight. He's going to fit right in, and yeah, he's a cool guy. Well, I can't wait. We're actually having another chat. I think Monday.
Yeah, Monday.
Yeah, coming up this Monday, we're going to have a chat on his channel at 9 p.m. Eastern time. So yeah, I told him, he was like, because he wanted to do it on Friday next week, but that's, the solar return. We're like, there's no way, man, I can't. I would love to, but I can't. And then he was like, well, how about Monday? And I was like, well, I can give you an hour, maybe an hour and a half, because we got Ironworx Tuesday morning. And he sent back a message, he's like, man, 5 a.m., he's like, that is dedication beyond, we got the cars Tuesday morning. And he sent back a message, he's like, man, 5 a.m., he's like, that is dedication beyond. You guys hear them? The cars.
Yeah, it's trippy as. What are you doing there, Walt? It's like a delay, but it's also like an affected delay. So.
I really didn't. I really didn't do anything that I know of. I don't know. I heard it too. I don't know where it was coming from.
Well, that's wild. Skype's playing with
So is that maybe what they're hearing on YouTube? What I just heard going through my ears?
I think so.
Interesting.
Probably.
Well, what in the world is that about? Why would it even do that? I'm sorry. I will get on with the show.
It's the black holes, man.
There's something going on.
We just discovered something new about black holes, and when you discover something, it changes everything.
It does change things. It does change things.
Yeah. Should we bring up the Flash again? Go back in time, you change one thing, and then all of a sudden you're in a different timeline. Whole thing.
Oh,
man. Parallel universes. The whole works.
I saw that.
One of those universes, the audio probably works.
It would be nice to find that damn universe.
The new Justice League movie that's out. It's weird.
Don't spoil anything. I haven't watched it.
But what Lucas just said, it's wild. What happens? At the end, I was like, "What's going on here? This is what? So yeah, it wasn't bad. As much as I despise Ben Affleck.
Batfleck?
Yeah, it wasn't that bad a movie. He really wasn't that bad in it. So I don't know. But I've never really watched a whole lot of
Who else did they have in there though?
They had the guy from the who's Aquaman, or not Aquaman, what's his name?
Yeah, Aquaman.
Aquaman.
Yeah, Aquaman, yeah, okay. He was in it, Wonder Woman's in it, Batman, well, he's on the cover, so I'll just say it's Superman, you know, even though he died in the last one, supposedly. Who else is another good guy?
Deathlock.
Yeah.
That was the cyborg dude, Deathlock. And don't forget,
Yeah,
don't forget Flash. Well, it's the Snyder cut. We had like, okay, so Zack Snyder started the movie. He had a vision for the movie. Apparently, his daughter died during the production of the movie, and he quit the production. They got Joss Whedon in, and he Whedoned it. Turned it real family friendly, tried to really have a lot of jokes and stuff, whereas Zack Snyder's vision was a lot darker. And then the movie came out, and it was not a great review and wasn't greatly received. And so all of this fandom took it as like this big push of like, we need the Snyder cut. We need the real cut of this movie. Problem was a lot of the effect scenes, a lot of the things he intended to shoot were never shot. Here comes HBO Max needing some kind of big thing to pin their new streaming service on. So they got in with Zack Snyder and they came out with this new version of the same movie again in 3:4 version, like ratio 4:3, not 16:9, 4:3, which is like watching an old 90s TV show. Really disturbing. So, because I mean, my whole life was looking for letterboxes. I hate old TV. I love letterbox. I was that guy looking for the 16:9 VHS tapes that were like hard to come by. That was me digging around at Suncoast. So yeah, when I saw it, when I turned it on last night to see what this was going to be about, as soon as it started and was in that, I'm like, okay, where's the real version? And then there was no other version, so I went online and found out. Yeah, that's what they did. It's to preserve it for the IMAX presentation. Apparently, IMAX is a more square ratio rather than 16:9 like most theaters.
What Dave was is don't shoot in portrait.
There you go. Exactly. They shot the fucking movie in portrait. That's exactly how it feels. Yep.
I'll give you one little teaser.
No, don't. Blah, 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 blah.
Superman don't give a shit. All right. Superman don't care.
You got kryptonite. You think he cares? He's sleepy. That old sleepy. No.
Honey
Oh, if y'all only know.
Jana was over yesterday hanging out, and I was like, "Have you ever seen?" Like 10 years old. What are you talking about?
Yeah, we're slow. We're slow interneters.
97 million views, like that.
Yeah, he's just bought his yacht or whatever.
Yeah.
That's probably when YouTube actually paid for stuff.
Yeah. But yeah, that was hilarious. Yeah, Bob had never seen it. Cammy had never seen it. You know, hidden gems. That was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you guys don't know what we're talking about, just type in honey badger. You just type in honey badger and don't care will pop up in your Yes, it'll be like the second movie. Yeah, it's funny. I let a kick out of it. It's crazy.
All right, I got to start writing email.
Slowly approaching a break here.
Yes, very slow. Yes.
Stephen Hawking is going to have something to say about this.
No.
I wish we could have him on, but I don't know if he'll be able to join us.
He definitely is one of those guys that, he comes and goes like he wants, pretty much. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. Yeah, what? Are you?
Yeah, you see,
Okay. After the break. Okay. All right, dude. I mean, 2 minutes, minute and a half, minute and a half, a minute and a half. Lord, you see, you pulled his string. He never stopped.
his ears were burning. He just turned up. He's about to
Yeah.
steal.
Yeah. Well, I had him in the
He is
wing.
pissed about this black hole shit, folks. Remember, Stephen Hawking was the inventor of the black hole. Changed after he died. They don't even give him a chance.
Yeah.
Cocksuckers.
It's like someone reworking a dead artist's painting, isn't it?
Yeah, let's go touch up Michelangelo's. I think he messed up this.
Yeah.
Oh, and then you do a Zack Snyder cut, and it's all good, right? 4 hours worth. Oh my
Yeah.
God!
Just paint the edges black. We wanted him, for free.
There you go. You got to get the bars on each side to make it portrait. Oh my goodness! All right. Well, maybe during the break, I'll blow this computer up and try again. I really don't know anything else to do at this point, ladies and gentlemen. So you're going to have to hang out with us on TFR. Alan will have dropped that link for you over here on YouTube. We'll take a tiny break here in just a tiny second, and we'll be back, believe it or not. I might be able to play some music. Steven may come back. I hope not after all that little rant we got, but, maybe he'll calm down and have some coffee, and who knows. All right, it's Josh, Walt, Zach, and Lucas, confused as always. It's the Ironworx.
Extendivite, a 7-herb combination made from garlic, cayenne, hawthorn, bilberry, ginkgo biloba. Every Thursday from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern and 6 to 8 a.m. Pacific.
hate, no hype, no fear. We are TFR Radio.
No. I like Ironworx because it's where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came.
I love Ironworx with Josh, Walt, and Zach. It's like sitting in your front room having a cozy chat with your best friends.
Hi, it's Dave here, and I just want you to know that Ironworx with Josh, Walt, and Zach, it's definitely my favourite dose of reality.
Well, Zach and Lucas hanging out with you. Well, was manning the con today. He's taking control of my basement has been flooded out to include the studio. So,
And apparently,
thanks to work again.
thank you, sir, for covering me there. Apparently, you weren't hearing my music that I was playing.
No, I did not.
I shared it incorrectly. I was trying not to share everything so I don't overstress whatever I may overstress. So apparently, I didn't do it correctly. We'll give it another shot. How about now?
Hi, this is Alan. I like Ironworx because it's where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came.
I love Ironworx with Josh, Walt, and Zach. It's like sitting in your front room having a cozy chat with your best friends.
Hi, it's Diva here, and I just want you to know that Ironworx with Josh, Walt, and Zach, it's definitely my favourite dose of reality. Come join the family and keep it flat.
Why sleep in when you could get your dose of iron in the morning? Listen to the Ironworx on TFR.
This is Amazing Bond. Roses are red, violets are blue. Iron Realm Media is the best on the planet. To the show, I will forever be true. You guys are truly the best, and I love you guys. I'm so thankful to have you in my life.
Do you like listening to Space Letters from Never a Straight Answer? Then tune in to the Ironworx with Zach, Walter, and Josh. Break clear of the fear on the Ironworx and become an Iron Scout.
Nice.
Yeah, nice.
Very nice. That promo always makes a smile happen. Thank you guys so much. Even though we need a new one because there's a new cat hanging with us. I guess we could just get everybody to say Lucas and
Right at the end. Yeah.
and just click that in, punch it in like a guitar solo.
Yeah, or it's like, you have those photos and then you just cut it. Someone wasn't there.
Right,
so
just
you cut them out and just
stick them in. That's it. That's what we'll do. We'll get you in there, brother. Oh, wow. Did I just make myself overdo? It sounded really bad suddenly. Maybe I'm too kicked up. Anyway.
Well, there's some people in the chat over there on the tube talking about gardening and the new season coming and plants growing and all this stuff. And I just wanted to share something with you guys. I transplanted some a blackberry bush from Just Jack's, and it took. I'm pretty sure it's going to make it. Usually you want to do certain things when they're dormant, with berries, bushes, stuff like that. You do it in the wintertime when there's no growth on them and they're kind of sleeping at that time. That's the best time to unearth them, transplant them to a new area, and then put them in. And then when they start growing, you don't affect their growth cycle. Well, I got there late, transplanted them a little late, just a week ago, and they took. So I'm really excited. But one thing I do, and this is with all my plants, I go out there every day, usually every morning and every every early light and every evening. And I just sit there by them and just look at them, notice the new changes in them. And believe it or not, I don't do it audibly every time, but much of the time I do. I go out there and I talk to it. And I, not just telling it things, but I ask it, how's it going? You know, is there anything you'd like to change around here? Is there something that, you know, you don't have here that you had in your last place? I'm just trying to make it more comfortable for the plant. And believe it or not, if you listen, it's like asking the creator a question. You will get an answer. So I asked it, is there anything else you'd like around here? And all of a sudden, I look over and there's a big pile of leaves and pine needles. Because the berries, they love the pine needles for some reason. They love that acidic soil. And this, like, thing popped up in my head. It didn't, like, audibly talk to me, but it said, yeah, I want some more pine needles around. I need the ground cover here a little bit more. So I have something to grow, because it was all clay around it. So I made a big pile of leaves and pine needles around it, and then gave it a little bit more compost. But what I'm saying is, ask the plant a question, and then when it answers to it, when you get that thought, it's not going to be, you know, you're not going to hear the plant talk to you, but you will.
If you walk by, oh man, I am breaking my mic. If you walk by your house plant and you think, is it thirsty? It is. It
just told you.
It just told you it was. Damn it! What have I done? That may be it right there.
That said, my mom was killed 1 or 2 plants for overwatering. Take that for what it's worth.
Well, so no, that's not listening to the plant. That's enforcing your own will. Yeah.
And it's like, you know, some mothers, you know, they all put too much clothes on their children because they're, you know, cold or whatever.
Yeah, indoor plants are a thing too. You gotta watch out. You want to always make sure you have the holes in the bottom of the plants, the planters, on like a tray. And usually, just like my sprouts, I would put water in it through the bottom. And it kind of helps with that overwatering. As long as you just keep a little bit of water in the bottom at all times, and it's not holding the water in like a cup without the holes in the bottom to drain the soil, that'll help your soil stay a little less like mud and overwatered. It allows that water to drain out, and when you're always watering from the bottom, it's hard to overwater that. That's one of those little tricks that I learned with houseplants.
Yeah, Dixie keeps an African violets cannot be watered from the top down, because if the water gets on the leaves, then the leaves die or burn it, explode, or do whatever. Kills the African violet, so you absolutely have to, in order to keep it alive, water it from the bottom up. You can make special little pots with wicks, and then dip down into the water, and just wicks the water up from the reservoir into the soil. Just to put the banana mix in for the African violet. It's actually pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, it's, you know, the plant's not the only thing alive in there. That soil is alive as well. And, well, it's a big, giant, symbiotic bowl of soup we're living in here. And it all works together. And if one of the parts, you know, the gears isn't turning right, or gets, you know, missing a couple of teeth on the gear, then the whole machine doesn't function in that perfect cycle. And yeah, it's amazing. It's like the more I learn, the more I realize how much I don't know. And it's all right there in front of our faces. All technology is based off of nature. All of it. We just mimic what the creator does on much smaller scales. And the more you start comprehending this technology and kind of seeing where it came from, you start comprehending how this place works around us. It's like, oh, that's where they got that idea, because it happens every day right in front of our eyes. I just never looked at it before. This place is so amazing. I mean, they had me so dumbed down. I thought we knew everything. Nobody, I'll just Google it if I ever want to know anything. One of these days it might be that easy, but not right now, folks. Too much deception.
And that's one of those things with that, the way we look at the electricity and things like that, like exactly what you said. It's like previously we thought, oh, well, that was, something separate to us, or we invented it, or, these mechanical ideas are not part of nature, but that's not the case whatsoever. So, we're starting to see that, the electric world we live in, we've just replicated parts of that, and now we've got functional microphones, now we've got light bulbs and all the same. But all that same process is, still a part of nature. We don't really invent anything in a sense. We just sort of, the best inventor is able to take nature and use it to their advantage. That's about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the
Nothing
best
wrong with that.
inventors don't fight against nature, they harness it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Like Paul Bunyan riding his blue ox. All the bull riders, they're fighting nature, just trying to stay on the bull, this and that. Well, Paul Bunyan was working with nature, and he's, just trotting along with the bull. I don't know, it's not the greatest analogy, I guess, but yeah, you have to work with nature. When you fight nature, you lose. That's just how it works. We're not going to win that battle. And messing with nature, you have to realize, yeah, they're doing it electronically and this and that, and messing with, the atmosphere and this and that. They're playing around and they're learning that they can do certain things. What they don't want you to know is that you can do the same things, believe it or not, with just your mind. Go out and try to push the cloud. Everybody on my YouTube channel be doing it, while making a video. I quit doing it, just for the simple fact that just because you can do something doesn't mean you should.
Yeah, but it's fun. It's awesome. It's powerful.
If you decide, hey, I'm going to try this and make it real big, all right, and you do it. You made this giant cloud formation where there's, a bunch of clouds to the west of you, and they all came rolling up to one point, and you made them stop in a line because you wanted to see that big, long line of clouds and take a picture, right?
Living here, though.
But what you don't realize is by doing that, you made a tornado
somewhere else. I get that completely. Yes, sir. I know the repercussions, the reciprocation, the whole 9 yards, because that is something that unfortunately I know happens in this area. Lots of people put a lot of prayer and a lot of powers on these storms when they're heading our way. I'm not the only one. And yeah, it may not go your way, blessed art thou, but when it stares around and destroys everybody around you, it doesn't feel great at all. So yeah, it's pretty crazy the power we actually have. Speaking of power, and before it gets too far and we're talking nature, Diva, who's going through a major upheaval with houses and whatnot, sending you lots of love, apparently found some pigeons in one of the sheds. We were just talking about pigeons because while looking into the potential art exhibit, Georgia Guidestones, looking at you, Alan, I found a monument for the center of the world. Not too far, I guess. I don't know how far it is, but it's in Georgia. That's how I found it, looking up stuff in Georgia. It is a monument like you see on the side of the road, done in like the brass, bronze looking type old stuff. Raised letters. I'll send you guys the link and I'll put the picture of it in the show description. What it says: I'm sure I'm going to murder his first words here. This was Ayali Alohi, the center of the world to the Cherokee Indians. To this assembly ground, from which trails radiate in many directions, they came to hold their councils, to dance and worship, which were to them related functions, and to barter their hides, fur, and blankets for the trade goods of the white men from Augusta and other settlements. At one time, there was a move to establish here the Hart County seat. This site was also a noted roost in the days when the now extinct passenger pigeons migrated here in the autumn in such numbers that their weight broke the tree limbs. Okay, so this place is called the center of the world by the natives in the area. Carrier pigeons would go there in such numbers they would break the frickin' tree limbs. Carrier pigeons who are attractive, magnetics, yes sir, magnetics. So what if that was the center of the world at one point? And what if it travels and moves around and it's very liquid almost, or not liquid, but very malleable? Maybe it's one of those things like the floating idea of Pangea separating into the continents. Maybe it's that malleable. Maybe it's never a constant thing. Maybe it's a, and how long ago was this their tradition? I don't know. Was it hundreds of years ago, thousands of years ago? Recent enough to have been part of the mud flood reset stuff too, I don't know. Go ahead, sorry.
I'm pretty sure the carrier pigeon went extinct right around the same time that we started using radios.
Yeah.
Now they want to say it's due to overhunting. Folks, there were over 6 billion carrier pigeons. That's with a B. In North America alone at one time. It was the most populated bird they claimed on the planet. There was more carrier pigeons than there were any other bird. And they're extinct now. They say it was due to hunting. I'm saying nonsense. No way. It would take an effort of a whole lot of people to make an animal that is that prominent become extinct that quickly. So look into the carrier. It's amazing. Maybe they actually just flew off to beyond Antarctica. I don't know. There's way too many of them. Way too many of them to become extinct. Well, that's an interesting little story about the carrier pigeon.
Mm-hmm.
What if that's what the fight for all of this energy is, and the solar recycling and the dumbing down of the population, and why they don't just kill us all off, why they need us? What if that's what that energetic battle is for being the center of the earth?
Holy shit.
Malleable that you can actually
attract it, bring it to you.
Of the center of the earth. Maybe that's why the magnetic pole they claim is moving, and it's been moving very rapidly.
No shit.
China, kinda. Russia, China, Asia, in that direction. It was over Canada, they claim. I don't know. I've never been there to measure it. But it was in the northern islands of Canada forever. And then 1998, it just started D-lining faster than it's ever moved before in a straight line, and is still heading over towards Asia.
Where billions and billions of folks are energetically doing.
Is there any way to test that?
I've tried and thought about it and tried, Lucas, but you'd almost have to have it like your measuring point, wherever you're taking your measurement from. It couldn't be on the ground, because the ground can move, the ground can shift. The ground rises and lowers and turns, and it's not like Pangea. I'm not saying the whole continent's and this and that, but we've seen things like out in Yellowstone where, it's changed 30 feet in elevation over a couple decades. So actually getting, because you have to take a measure at least a year to see if it's, moving at all. I was trying to see if it's processing like they say it does. They say the magnetic pole is always in constant motion in a big circle. Kind of like, I don't know, because it takes a year to do its thing. Like, see, I've tried, but I don't know how to do it.
I've just always thought these, points where people gather, mountains or whatever, are basically just energetic points or crossovers underneath the earth, like your ley lines or something like that. So where these intersections are, that's where the most amount of energy is basically manifest, or a change in frequency or whatever it is. But they basically knew where they were and made them, built things on those energetic points, enhance the energy, use the energy for themselves.
Right.
So I just thought they were.
Martin Liedtke and his work with just the circuit cities. Where all these cities, they look like a circuit board of a computer. The layout of the city, even the shapes of the buildings, look like certain computer processing chips and whatnot. It's just amazing to think that city was planned out and built to be harnessing energy and, having the energy actually flow through these different buildings and doing different things with the energy on the way the building was built and designed. The shape of it, the size of it, the material used. It could be a resistor, it could be a transistor, it could be a capacitor. There's so many different things that these buildings could actually be. And they could be taking the energy right off these magnetic ley lines. We talked to that one guy last night. He sounded like he was from the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Kind of hard for me to understand. It was very, very thick Caribbean accent. And but he was saying, we were talking about the Boyd Bushman, when you force the magnets together. He said, when you do that, if you take a wire and, create that magnetic induction in that wire with the magnets set up that way, that it induces an electric current without moving the magnet. You don't have to move it.
Wow.
So yeah, there's so many different things that they could be applying and doing to create or manipulate energy. They could be doing things on a much grander scale that we still haven't even, like I said, it's right in front of us, the lies. It's just comprehending what's going on and then putting it together. So yeah, who knows? There's a reason that they're building, a lot of the cities are built right on top of the old cities where they were. Like Milwaukee, they talk about Milwaukee, the Indians, blah, blah, blah. The foundation for all that stuff was already there. Some ancient civilization built the foundation. And then they just build the cities right back on top of these places. I'm sure, all the people doing the research and all this, mud floods and ancient history, they're coming up with this stuff for us. They're showing these buildings have been here, some of them a long time. Which makes you think, the foundation for all the other buildings is still buried underneath there somewhere.
And what's neat to me, again, it's kind of like what we watched happen with all these waves with flat Earth. Martin kind of set this whole thing in motion. He always says there were people who influenced what he got into, of course, but he's the name you think of with mud flood. But then, boom, here comes autodidactic, here comes Wood Nichols, here comes John Levy. Now I've got this new person on Twitter whose name I'm struggling right now to go find. I'm trying to see the last time I've liked it. I haven't been on Twitter in too long, but she has been just crazily putting out mud flood and finding stuff that even these guys haven't shown, or at least if they have, I haven't seen it. So I'm trying to, where is Jackie Freeman, Friman, on Twitter at Jackie Freeman. Definitely will reach out to her and see if I can get her on the show at some point. Definitely putting a lot of excellent old articles. She was the one to put that article up about the top of the pagodas and the way the swaying could create the piezoelectric energy. Pretty crazy stuff.
Oh. Yeah, and there's like Michelle Gibson. She does some good work.
Yeah. Another one that's new and doing good stuff. Yes.
So, I think there's more and more of them that are going to keep turning up. I think it's Paul Cook. He does some really good work.
I don't know about
so
Paul. You'll have to link me up for sure.
I think that's his name. I'll have to check.
Here,
but,
I'll share this picture with you guys.
The more that people do this and look at their own and find their own little niche, and that's what we need as well. People finding their niche about, where they're going to research and what they're going to look at, and then, it's going to be pretty amazing in the next 5 years how many people are going to be able to find stuff, make connections, and hunt around their own neighborhoods or whatever it is. But
well, it's just like the music, man.
There's a lot to be uncovered and it can be happen in a short amount of time. That's for sure.
You got to take the music past where you found it, just like music. That's what all these researchers are doing. That's what they've done behind us and ahead of us. And I think we're about to hit a break. If I'm not, yeah, we are here in about 30 seconds. You should start hearing some music.
Steven is pissed.
Well,
he just sent me a message.
Well, dude.
He was like, "What the?" Steven, settle down.
What?
We just wanted to give you some time to cool off.
Well, after that tirade last time, no, bro. Oh, wait. I will not have that, sir. No, indeed.
We gotta take his, we gotta kick him out of our room. You can't just jump.
Oh, this dude. Anyway. All right, so we're gonna take a break. And it was just a row of clowns.
From mainstream YouTube and Google, the information you're looking for is buried by official narratives and propaganda. This is why TFR is 100% uncensored, unregulated, and listener-supported. The shows on TFR are not micromanaged by the station, and our hosts are free to speak their minds however they please. As such, the views and opinions expressed on our station are of those who make them. If you happen to hear anything offensive on TFR, please send us an email to toughtitty@tfrlive.com.
Just don't cuss.
is Truth Frequency Radio. The wicked one, obviously under heavy Masonic influence.
Good morning.
Wake up! Wake up! Wake up!
What is dark matter?
Okay, we don't know.
That's great. That's why it's called dark.
It's exactly.
Everyone knows all reputable information comes from random people on the internet. Howdy, thanks, internet. The earth is flat. It's like school. Yeah.
Dark matter is something we don't know. We believe the dark matter is there, but we have never detected it. Well, I'm afraid of philosophy there is no dark matter out there. So there is no dark matter out there. We need to think really hard, to think really hard, to think really hard, to think really hard. No, not today.
Meep, meep. Savage!
Welcome back to the Ironworks. It is Friday, my dudes. We are trying to make this thing happen. I was trying to spare you guys a little bit there during the break. I don't know if it worked, but hey, I'm learning this thing. I found a new volume slider and all kind of stuff. So you just never know what might happen. Anyway, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
I'm still trying. I'm still getting over Josh is funny. Oh.
Hey, well, do me a favor and drop that join link in one of those IRM rooms in Skype
Okay, do.
for restream.
For restream. Oh, well, that may take a minute. You guys talk amongst yourselves.
Let me get you better. Right down there at the bottom. Yeah, I suppose that is sort of a glimpse into my sense of humor. When I say things, I think I would find funny things that make me laugh, but sometimes I'll maybe just keep to myself sometimes.
But yeah, I wish you would have said that one is great.
The button often trying to light is wrong for the lighter is yes.
That's good stuff. And people, we pick on. It's not a person we're picking on. It's a persona. That's the joke. That's the main joke. Is I don't know. It might break your brain, but the stuff coming out of that stupid little box was not coming out of that man's head. All right. It wasn't him in there saying it. Stephen Hawking, believe it or not, you're gonna have to do some research, wasn't a flat earther. Not until he went into that chair and became an astrophysicist did he come up with the black hole and all this other stuff. He was an amazing young man, and they knew it. I mean, he graduated from either Cambridge or one of those really accredited schools over there in the UK. And at a very young age, he was like 16, I think, when he graduated his first college, university. And he came up with his flat universe theory, or where between, two plates, this is how his model worked. One was hot, one was cold. And we lived on the crust in between. The model showed a petri dish full of water with islands poking out of it. That was Stephen Hawking's model. He went out and tested it. He saw there was no curvature. He was a real physicist at one time.
Those colleges you speak of, those accredited ones, just got me thinking. I mean, they have a certain little grouping in which they put some of those upper echelon, top tier colleges. They call them the Ivy League, right? And I think it's because I think that's maybe a little non upfront.
Oh shit!
Civilization. It's those buildings so old and so covered in ivy. That's how they looked when they were discovered. Not built, but discovered. Covered in ivy, overgrown. They put on other foliage and repurposed it for themselves.
That does make a lot of sense. I mean, they said Harvard was around back in 1700s. You know, that's where Paul Revere pretty much rose, from Boston to Cambridge.
Oh, I just realized y'all hearing all my typing. Sorry, can't mute it.
Yeah, well, they definitely know this stuff, but, we're sort of coming to learn now. They definitely know it, because they need to be able to hide it. So, but, those upper echelon groups, that they have access to information that we're just trying to figure it out, so.
And
That's
all
for
of
sure.
those places have fraternities that aren't at other types of universities. It's not like Phi Kappa Beta or anything like that. It's, the Owls, or what are some of them? The Skull and Bones. That's a Yale one. And I think they're only at Yale. It's not like the other fraternities that you have at many different organizations, across the whole country. We'll have like this fraternity house. And a bunch of different universities have that same type of fraternity house. Well, these fraternities, these are like secret society fraternities. And they're only at certain universities. The Quill and Dagger, if you want to know a really interesting one, look into the Quill and Dagger.
I don't even know that one,
Those
Zach.
are that's like Nathan Reynolds type assassins. People who were raised their whole lives to be assassins with a blade and pass information. They all have their own little niches. Those are the fraternities and secret organizations that hold this knowledge and share it amongst themselves, and not with the others.
And basically, it seems to be, what they seem to know is alchemy, and some of the, the older swords is like, sort of like a quadrivium and the trivium, but just to a, like a, not the one that we get, a higher one, or one that knows about the numbers and the schematics and all these different different information like that we sort of get hints at. But they definitely know. So, well, they wouldn't come out in force to actually, work against what we're trying to uncover. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Unless they knew the end result of it or where it leads.
Yeah, to them, apocalypse is a bad thing. All truths being revealed.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want that. So to them, apocalypse is bad. And they've, trained everybody to believe that an apocalypse is bad, without even knowing what the word apocalypse means. So everybody, when they think apocalypse, so is the apocalypse ever going to happen if everybody on Earth is focused on it not happening? We create this place. We have, we make the world around us. If everybody doesn't want the apocalypse, it doesn't matter if you know what it means. If you're focusing on this, we don't want the apocalypse. Is it ever going to happen? I don't know. They could be playing these things out at such a grand scale. All these words have meaning. We need to embrace the apocalypse. Welcome it. It's a good thing, folks. Words have meanings. Don't fear a word because somebody told you to fear it. Learn what the word means. You make up your mind whether or not you should be scared of the truth or not. Just saying. black hole.
My
So black
apologies
holes.
for this loud keyboard. I hear it in my headset, so I know you guys are hearing it, but I can't mute because it mutes everybody. My apologies. But I'm usually doing this while you don't know it, to, making notes of things we talk about so I can make some show notes. Black holes?
Yeah, they may not be black or even holes.
Did they get the Coca-Cola memo?
Coca-Cola memo?
Was it Coke? It wasn't Coke. It was telling their employees to be less white.
So what color are they? If they're not black. And it sort of goes against their name a little bit.
They smell like raspberries, though, right? Still, they still smell like raspberries. Or is it snozberries? It could be snozberries. I'm not even sure.
A new study suggests black holes may just be stars with exotic physics at their cores. So they're exotic stars. Okay. The cores may cause the dark stars to radiate dark matter into the universe. The study may also explain the origin of fast radio bursts. Oh my goodness.
What?
So they're dark stars with hearts of extremely dense, exotic matter. So it's just matter, it's exotic matter. We've never seen this matter. We can't test this matter. So they don't really change shit. They're just... Okay.
That reminds me of that ad, do you? I'm not exotic? You're not exotic? Remember that one or not?
Uh-oh.
No, let's find out.
Epic rap lyrics to me. I'm a dark star.
No doubt.
But you ain't mad.
What? Josh, write that song.
Oh, yeah. It's a ballad.
It's not. It's those AI bots there at the story.
So scientists believe that the center of each black hole there lies an infinitely small and dense point called a singularity.
Is that where the spaghetti is? Nom, 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 nom,
Sauces and starch.
Salsas
Bring energy
and
around that.
starch, baby.
Gravity is so strong at the singularity that it forms an event horizon. Are they just taking
Movie. This is a quiz, one of those things like which event horizon star are you?
So it forms an event horizon surrounding it where the pull of gravity passes even the speed of light. Oh my goodness. Oh, okay.
That's full nuts, isn't it?
At infinitely small singularities, the laws of physics break down.
It'd probably make just as much sense if you read it backwards.
Yeah, it would. This is so pretty much what they're saying is it's still dark. That's what they're saying.
There was
They can't
one?
see it, they can't test it. Nothing has changed. They didn't figure anything out. They're just putting a new twist on it. No new, actual discovery happened. Somebody had a new idea of how to spin the bullshit.
And that's what we can't see. That's right. But
yeah. Well, yeah. That's right. Oh, the problem.
And we can't find it because it's exotic.
Yeah, and here's the problem, it says. The singularity appears to be physically impossible because matter isn't capable of collapsing into an infinitely small point. So there's the problem. All the stuff we're making up is impossible.
it appears that it's impossible, but we've decided to base our science on this impossibility. So, at the heart of one of these dark stars is the heart of unique matter. And small and dense like the beginning of the universe. With it.
Oh, this is great. I haven't heard this one yet. Without a singularity at its center, a dark star could theoretically allow light to escape its powerful gravitational grasp. Any light that would escape the black hole would be stretched like a slinky from the dark star's gravitational pull.
Stretched? What?
Yeah, like a slinky. And they call
How
it
do you stretch light?
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
It's called spaghettification.
No.
Yeah, go on. How does this spaghettification work?
Okay, in strong gravitational fields, these are dark stars now we're talking about. In strong gravitational fields behave interestingly. That doesn't make any sense.
It's almost like, it's almost like that game, where you pull up a card and it's got sort of random things, and I don't know what the game's called. Probably shouldn't have said it, but it's almost like they've got a pile of cards and they've just got all these space sort of notes on there, and they've just turned them over randomly and then written an article based on it.
Autofill with just selection of words.
Yeah.
Space now.
Yeah, your favorite space movie. Enter here. One word. Okay, and then it ends the article. This is great. If this phenomenon exists, blah 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 blah. Yeah, it could help explain the true nature of dark matter.
Wait, I got one go.
If so, yeah, we're still back to step one. Never seen one, never felt one, never heard one, but it's got to be there for the heliocentric model to work.
For you.
Well, thank you, Stephen, for not
Dude, why would you even, as soon as you pull that dude's string, what did I say? Man, look. Okay. Where's the... I know Arch is good too, but still. Dude. Oh, this guy. Oh.
I couldn't agree more, Steve.
Yeah. Yeah.
And your black hole.
So, yeah,
black hole gravity. Eat a dick, gravity.
Sorry, my button got stuck. Oh, I didn't know it was looping somehow.
Is that true?
Yeah. Josh found that one early on before I even saw that season. Josh was all over that one.
I think that was when they were in the jungle trying to sell. No, what was when they were selling cocaine?
It must have been space. The space one had to be.
Well, I know it happened in the jungle because when they wrecked the car and they kept.
Maybe so. Maybe so.
And when they got to the bottom.
Yeah, he did. Oops, I didn't say that. Where's that nickel jar? I don't have that sound. Damn it. I'll build this thing up. It's only a layer deep. I'm going to make it so confusing I can't find anything. Oh, man.
So, yeah, the weather is warming up. It's starting.
Where's that happening? It's cold here.
You're just.
No, it got cold.
Look at it a different
It
way.
got cold.
It's warmer
It
than
got
was
cold.
2 months ago.
Not right now. It got cold. Yeah, our weather got weird. It dipped really quickly yesterday, and now it's like back to the 30s and 40s. Not 30s, but it's in the 40s for sure. And that's weird. This late in March. Nothing's weird anymore. The weather's so screwed up. I'm trying to verify.
Tornado warning, and it really didn't get too windy here.
Yeah, it
got
just
windy in some places here.
just broke 50 just a minute ago because it was in the 40s when I got it up for sure.
Yeah, plants are starting to bud, and some trees are getting ready to start popping their leaves here real soon. Buds are falling off, so yeah, and I'm liking the area. I'm thinking I'm gonna get out and start taking some more pictures of all the plant life around here now.
Speaking of pictures, a lovely lady we all know and love. I'm looking at you, Cammy, no doubt. Sent a great picture that I don't know if she took or she just had that somebody else took, but it's a picture of you and Hank down by the stream out in the distance. Really great picture.
Yeah, that was yesterday actually. That water was the highest I've ever seen it.
Yeah, it was pretty rampagic. Rampagic? Is that a word? I don't think that's a word. I think I just vocabulated. Rampagic.
Yeah, when it gets like that, especially when you have new babies in the ground. I went out there, I don't know, 4 or 5 times yesterday to hang out with the raspberry or blackberry bush. Well, I mean, the plants are going to give you back what you put into them. You know, the more you love them, the more attention you give them, the better they do. I can't explain it. I've done it, and then I've actually not paid so much attention to the plants, and I've seen that they don't put out as much. The years when I had like my year of the pickle, I was out there loving those plants, you know, and then I went years without doing that.
You think I'm not getting to the typer? Didn't we already have some pickle related title recently? I think we did. This is the year of the pickle. What?
Remember when we found out that they had included funk into the dictionary now?
Yeah.
Well, supposedly they've added another one.
Would it be a cross?
Unfortunately, not yet. Well, what can I say that?
I couldn't help it. I had to. What else
So,
would it?
yeah, there's that.
What else would it be?
I wouldn't have a clue.
Well, supposedly.
Oh, it is seriously. That's what it was.
Supposedly.
So how do you spell that? Because it's actually not. I spelled it as wrong as I could, and it's not turning red on my keyboard. That's interesting. Is it possibly already on the keyboard system? That can't be real. Let me. Oh yeah. There we go. Hit a space. Now it's red. Never mind. Hey. No. Now you are vocabulating.
That's supposed to work. Supposedly.
Allegedly, right. Well, I had dropped that link earlier in the YouTube chat area. I also have dropped it in the Twitter Scout Room. Where else would you like me to drop it, sir? If I drop it in this chat, it goes everywhere. Is that what you thought would be a good idea, for it to be just out in the world?
I was just going to grab it and hop on Restream, bounce out of Skype, make it a little bit.
Oh, I thought you were trying to get me to give it to them. I'm completely off.
Sorry, I was doing you over there on Restream.
Well, guess we'll have you there, I guess, at last 30 then. So I put it everywhere but where you needed it.
Tuesday we'll drop we're not hopping on here. We can just keep Skype. I say this, I'm talking a big game. We'll see how much.
We'll see what happens between here and Tuesday, right? Right. It's going to be all good. I'm telling you, put it in a big vat of rice, set it out in the sun. You'll be good to go. Take it apart, put the parts in there. You can take them out.
With a hairdryer.
Be careful though with those solderias. Be careful with soldering. It definitely will melt with the heater. I've done it with a hairdryer, playing with my Xbox, trying to do that thing where you melted your Xbox in when it went to the red screen of death back in the day.
That was sort of a joke, but
Sort of.
good try, I guess.
No,
Not
there
right, but definitely.
were people definitely wrapping Xboxes in towels and turning on hair dryers and heaters next to them to try to make the CPU reset. I don't know exactly. I mean, reseat, something to do with something coming loose inside, and it would make it grab it back together. And it apparently worked back in the red ring of death days. If you're an old Xbox person, you know what I'm talking about. The original Xbox, the one that was the size of a small house that had a controller we called the brisket because it was so damn big. We're almost at a break, ladies and gentlemen. Believe it or not, there's only 30 minutes of train wreck left. If you can make it, we can, damn it. I know we can do this together. Oh. I'm going to buy an audio interface this weekend, apparently. And me and Josh are going to redo our sound together. While he drives his out, I'm going to redo mine so that we don't all sound like robots come next week. Regardless, I'm going to do it. Yeah, I'm going to do it anyway, regardless of whether Josh is able to stream this or not, because I need to do that so I can do some jamming. Anyway, we are now there. The break music should hear in a minute. Just make me shut up. Just shutting up and letting you go while we take.
From the dawn of man, we have turned to nature to help attain balance within ourselves. But somewhere, we lost our way. Western culture is once again remembering the healing benefits of CBD, the non-psychoactive component of the hemp plant. That's why more and more people who use CBD report relief from inflammation and chronic pain, balanced blood sugar and cardiovascular system, relief from muscle tensions, tremors, migraines, headaches, anxiety, depression, and the list goes on. The big question is, where do you get it? iLife is a 99% pure CBD oil made with all organic ingredients, and it's available to TFR listeners worldwide. If you use coupon code TFR at checkout, you'll get $5 towards your order. Head on over to iLife.com now. That's AYA life.com.
Do you want to lose weight but have no idea where to begin? The Fast Start Diet, a 3-day weight loss plan, is the answer. 3 days of nutritionally balanced, calorie-restricted meals delivered right to your door. No shopping, no measuring, and no cooking. Everything is prepared for you and ready to eat at home or on the go. The Fast Start Diet has all the amazing benefits of intermittent fasting without starving. We've helped thousands of people who have struggled to reach their weight loss goals. Isn't it time we helped you? With the Fast Start Diet, you'll lose weight and feel great.
Find us on Amazon or go to faststartdiet.com and use promo code BATTLE to get $10 off your first box. As a special bonus, we will include our #1 rated Lipo-3 appetite suppressant free with your order. Whatever your diet plans are, start with us at faststartdiet.com and use promo code POWER.
Greetings, Earth Explorers. My name is Brooks Agnew, and I am your host on X Squared Radio every Sunday evening at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on the Truth Frequency Radio Network. This is where the past meets the future. We explore the mysteries of the universe and of the Earth. We might go a little past your imagination, but have no fear. You will be safely traveling with us. We will dissolve the propaganda of dangerous people with dangerous plans for the planet. We will discuss the latest technologies and challenges for humankind. We will discover the safest place for you to stand when the thinkings and doings of mankind come flying apart, and how you can be one of the people that helps put it back together. Join us.
You're listening to the Truth Frequency Radio Network.
No hate, no hype, no fear. I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
We are back. I'm very limited on my playability. Oh, wait, I lie. I do have it. Never mind. Look what you get to hear after all. I know Josh's version is much cooler. I know. I just don't have that one handy, Stephen. Don't diss the old school one. That one's awesome too. Send me that new one, Josh, your remix. I've dug everywhere for it and cannot find that copy I need, sir.
Shout out to Stephen Hawking. I gotta say thanks, man, for just dropping in today so many times.
Filling in the gap. Filling in the gaps. He knows we're on shaky ground a little bit, so he's here. He's holding it down. He's holding it down.
I think that whole black hole thing really lit a fire.
Well, I mean, you know, that dude was going to take a spaghetti vacation. Wouldn't you be mad too? Man, I have looked everywhere for that sound clip too, trying to do that without playing it over the air mistakenly, and I actually can't find it. So I'm going to get that one, and it'll be on my board.
I'll go pull it out.
Yeah, I'll have to pull it out of the show. I know the show it is. I just don't. I figured I could pull it off of the tubers here somewhere, but nobody apparently latched onto it like you and I did, Zach. So yeah, I will get it. I definitely will.
There's so many of those little small jokes. It's like you have to get it, I guess. I don't know. It's a weird sense of humor. I like those writers. Same with Bob's Burgers. You know, the same writers, pretty much the same cast and crew, and they're just hilarious. That's my kind of humor, I guess. I don't know.
Well, I attempted to get Josh into a different area of the show. Has that worked out, Josh? I'm going to take that as a no. There must be something I'm not doing here. Oh, wait. Would that be it?
Josh?
Is that it, Josh?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was that there, Walter.
That was it. Look at me figuring out things on the fly. Hell,
on the fly.
Yeah. Anyway, welcome back to the Ironworx. Oh my God,
Oh, Walter Goldblum.
turn on your camera, man, so we can enjoy you this morning. Oh, that's right. You're not in the vault, are you, sir? You're in the
I'm mobile.
you're in the upper regions.
Watch the police and the tax man miss me. I'm mobile.
Right? This dude. All right.
I'm going to try and go on a bit of a health kick soon, I reckon.
Uh-oh.
Try and get back to... I gave my old yoga teacher a call. I said, I haven't been to yoga for a long time. Well, we had lockdown and all the rest of it as well, but that's no excuse, let's face it. But I thought, after a while of not doing it, super tired. So you forget how sort of good you feel after doing it. So I called her up and said, "Yeah, Becky, give me a couple of little private lessons before I go back and go into class and look like I've never done it before." You know what I mean?
Well, I would. There you go. That does explain
it.
it.
Used to be good, but now you can't even,
Because I was going to ask you how much healthier you could be, sir. I've seen you with a grinder machine that creates juice from like small trees. So that's some healthy stuff you're drinking, sir. For damn sure.
Yeah. Well, that's it. I sort of get on the health train for a while.
See, I think we all. And it's great, and then one day you're like, today I think I'm going to skip that extra meal of juices and crap. It takes 30 minutes to make. Then I know. Been there, and I do it too. I go through phases. Oh, it is, and the cleanup. That's where it is the cleanup after the juicing fiasco. It's always where the fun lies for us, anyway. Because if you don't get all that stuff clean, it creates horrible stuff.
Garden, pick up my what I need for the juice, and then hunt in the cool room and bring it all back, chop it up, juice it up, and I usually make it for the kids and the family as well. So I make a decent batch when you do it. You've got to make a decent batch. But it's good for you. But got to put the time in. So anyway, I'm going to go back to yoga, and no doubt the next day I'll barely be able to walk. But try and get back on that train,
My stepdaughter swears by it. She went through a phase of just like daily routine with it. And then, just like we all do, she kind of just started skipping a day here and skipping a day there, and then got out of doing it. And then I watched her just as it started to run up here a couple of weeks ago out there doing some positions or whatever it is you do, and came in saying the same thing, like, "Oh God, I'll be sore for a week from that." And you're just stretching. You think, well, that's not really going to do anything, is it? Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I did Tai Chi after my wreck, and I was surprised at how many places I found in my body that it was affecting, just doing those simple motions and movements.
There's like lighter yoga, but the stuff that we'll do like handstands and
that's nuts.
Like that.
That's nuts.
Yeah, where you you do it against the wall for a while, and then after a while you'd get stronger and be able to do a proper handstand without actually having your feet on the wall or anything like that.
That's when I was 15, possibly. Not even close to doing that now. Yeah. Mm-mm.
So you do get strong. You definitely get strong. All these little muscles that stabilize the muscles that you may not look too much different in stature wise. Like you've been working out in the gym, but you actually do feel a lot more. There's a lot more strength in the way you can move. That's for sure.
Absolutely. Alright, I got one for you guys. I got a question. Have we ever grown, any type of animal in a test tube?
Sea monkey.
Embryo egg to, well, you know what I mean. Not something like goes in the water as like a little egg hatching, but like actually sperm, egg, put it in something and make it all the way to its, birth or whatever you would call it, to where it's living on its own. Have we ever done that?
Well, I mean,
No, I wouldn't think.
Any other guesses?
I'm going to say without a doubt that's been done at some levels, because
See, that's
you
what I
can't
thought.
do cloning without being able to do that.
But it appears for it to actually go through its whole process up until not just recently. The longest it had ever been done was only 5 or 6 days.
Really?
Test tube, and then it dies.
Interesting.
Now they got it up to 11 days, but it's still a 20-day gestation for this mouse. We're doing mouse embryos, trying to grow them in bottles. And they finally got it to where it's formed its organs and its limbs, but that's it, then it dies.
That's
So
gross.
we still can't, take a sperm and an egg and make a life. Even with the spark, we can't do it outside of a uterus. There's something about that uterus that is perplexing these scientists, and they cannot recreate that process. I just find that amazing, that there's still something there that's taking place that they can't recreate in the lab. There's still some magic there that they don't even comprehend. And it wasn't like we did, up to day 5, and then a few months later they did this 11-day run. This was 7 years of trial and error. Of going from, 4 to 5 days of development to 11 days of development. 7 years. And that's still just over half of the animal's full cycle. So they've never recreated, there's no such thing as a test tube baby.
So wait, what's the mouse with the ear on its back? Wasn't that like they grew that? I'm just remembering.
They grew that on a living mouse already that was already born.
See, I thought that was like something they had genetically created from, I don't know. I'll have to look into it.
It was,
Thank you,
they
scientists.
still used a mouse to birth that mouse. There's never been one created in a lab that, they just took the sperm and the egg and then made a baby without any more help from nature. It's never been done. According to this article, this is Science AAAS. I don't even know what this is. It just says science.
Yeah, you're
What's the
right.
point
That
of it?
was
What's the end result?
seated onto the back of that ear mouse. You are correct, sir.
Well, they're just trying to grab, trying to create life without the whole process that goes on in the uterus. They're trying to just take a sperm and an egg and create life in a test tube.
Is that like that movie where they had all the babies and growing under water? Humanity forgot how to have natural births.
Yeah, that's what they're shooting for. And they make it, I always thought that we've already done this, like years ago, I thought that this was no big thing. And then I'm reading now that, nope, never been done. We can't even get just over halfway through the cycle. 7 years of research, That's insane. Now, are they lying? Could they know how to do all this stuff? Possibly, but I doubt it. I mean, when they figure out stuff like this transhumanism science stuff, they want to cram it down our throat. Or if they could, I think that they would be letting us know that this is possible and that we can do this. And hey, if you want us to grow your baby for you, and you don't want to tear up your body, people would be all over this stuff.
Yeah, they probably would be. That's pretty
It's that sad.
horrible, eh?
Yeah, I mean, that's part of. I know I'm a guy, so I really don't have much say in this, but I'm sure it's as horrible as the process can be at many times, going, you know, through the whole cycle of being pregnant and giving birth. I think after it's all said and done, a lot of the women, you know, that's something that it like changes you. It helps define you. You've been through this ordeal, and there's, you know, it's a sacrifice that you've made. I don't know. I wouldn't want to forget that. I wouldn't want to. I don't know.
My wife, you know, they only really get uncomfortable right at the end anyway, when it's time. You know, a week or 2 or 3 or whatever. But before that, it's like,
Up to,
yeah.
yeah. I mean, the swelling feet and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I'm sure it's a pain in the butt. I would not want to go through it, but it's definitely worth it. And I think the memories are worth having. You know. Then just all of a sudden you go to the doctor, and then 9 months later you go back and pick up a baby. That would be weird. That would be
Delivered
weird.
with a stalk or something, yeah.
Yeah. Drone. We'll just drone it over to your house.
Amazon drone, yeah. I don't know. I don't call that science. I call that some sort of, you know, what do you call that?
That's bad alchemy. That's
yeah, it's like, that's the dark side.
Liz got you.
It doesn't matter if we can or not. We shouldn't. Period.
Liz in chat saying, yeah, haha, this is interesting listening to men discuss this. I'm sure it is. I was so say, yeah, I'm sure you guys are. Yeah. You notice me and Josh just shh.
Trade any of those memories. Well, those are good memories. Yeah, it sucked while it's happening. But it's like anything else. It's like breaking your arm or this or that. You got a cool story to tell afterward, you know? I don't know. And you get a baby out of it.
Oh, if that's not a show title, ... and you get a baby out of it. Okay. Mm-mm. Thank you, Dawn, for your way of getting this done.
I have never known that we can't create life in a test tube. We had done that with, what was it, the lamb or whatever?
Dolly, right. No, that was that was the same sheet. No, I'm sorry. It's Kramer. It's a Kramer thing. Well, we need to get someone here at some point in time. I don't know. I've reached out to Donald back in the day through someone who was in a personal chat group with him, Donald Marshall, but we need to talk to some people about the cloning center. It's something that we kind of don't dig into anymore. It's kind of like one of those things that some people do, some people don't. I know a lot of folks that can like bring some interesting commentary to that idea.
There can be clones, but were they made in a tube, or did they need a woman there to do that cycle? She didn't have to have sex with anybody, you know. They could produce the sperm and the egg and put it in her uterus and make these clones. But I think the woman is necessary to create life. She just is. That's just how it is. Tough shit, man. You need women. You know, we do.
It's just what nature does.
Nature just does it.
What? Well, women, they could have slaves. Well, I mean, yeah. You know.
We're not going to go there as well, are we?
We're going to check out a couple of
tie them up till they're necessary.
Yeah.
Oh, man. You guys are just digging yourselves deeper and deeper and deeper.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah. Well, that's how it was on that one Rick
Back
and
to
Morty.
black holes, yeah.
Right. Steven, where'd you go? Oh, he's over there fighting with that lighter again. He's struggling. Struggling
was a
again.
perfect society of women, right, on this planet, and all the guys lived out in the wild, and the women would send out sex robots for the guys to have sex with, and then they would bring them back and take the babies, all the female babies they'd keep, and the men they'd shoot off in a big giant slingshot back out into the wild.
What is that?
That's Rick and Morty.
Like the Amazonians.
Kinda, yeah. They just kept all the men out in the wild because they were like the most horrible creatures in the universe, the most destructive creatures in the universe.
That's pretty rough. We're not that bad, are we?
Yeah. Not in open society, at least. Who knows what goes on behind closed doors, man?
Yeah. Not worth thinking about, is it, half the time?
Yeah. Wow. Well, there's so much to figure out here. People are going to do what people do. There's going to be good people, there's going to be bad people. Best thing you can do is be aware, you know. Always be aware, keep your wits about you, don't go walking off into the world with strangers, you know, all that kind of stuff. Parents tell you that kind of stuff for a reason. And as long as you know, keep your wits about you, you know, hopefully not a lot of bad stuff ever happens to you. Just keep your wits about you. Always. I thought about that too. When I was younger, man, I got lured. We were at the softball field, and this kid told me, "Hey, you want to come join our club?" And apparently, I was gone for like 6 hours. It didn't seem like that long to me. He was telling me how to do these initiations, jumping over these, climbing up trees, and jumping down. It was weird. And all of a sudden, I was like, "Oh, I'm going to go back now. How do I get back?" And I was only like 7 years old. And I took the train tracks, and like my aunt had me at the softball field. My mom was furious. I just remember walking back and my aunt crying and bawling, "Where were you? Why you don't go walking off by yourself?" And yeah, you know, you learn. You don't go walking off by yourself with strangers, even when you're a grown-up. Don't go walking off into the woods with people you just met, you know. It's just
Never
for protection. I mean,
never follow a hippie to a second location.
What? You know, keep your wits about you.
Excuse me.
Well, I really go hiking anyways, let alone with someone I don't know.
Yeah, see, I spent time out in the forest and state parks, just me and Hank, and Uncle Smith and Uncle Weston, of course. Oh yeah, you gotta realize these things. If you're gonna go out there and explore like that, especially alone, there's all those little things that you treat yourself like a child again, almost. There's certain rules when it comes to being around strangers and stuff like that. They still apply.
Never go with a hippie to a second location. I can't remember. I don't know what that's from. That's from something, a movie or something. I was trying to dig it up in my head, but it won't come. I'll remember. I'll put it in the shows, the notes and description, whatever it is, movie wise. I'll put that in there for you guys. It'll be an Easter egg. Wow, we're almost done here, ladies and gentlemen. 2.5 minutes. What are we doing this afternoon? Remind everyone, please. Well, what are we going to attempt to do this afternoon? How about that? It's a show that we do every Friday. It's Have No Sphere. I'm trying to help you.
Patrick from what is it? PAT Life?
Yep. Pat Light podcast. So he's going to be on. We're going to have a chat with him. It's going to be great. He's going to chill out and he's going to tell us about some of his channel and what he's been doing and some of the stuff he's into and no doubt we'll talk about flat Earth and yeah.
Was he
Some
open
UFOs
to
and
it previously? Because I haven't heard it all. I'm sorry, guys, but was he open to it previously, or is it something new that he was exposed to?
Yeah,
And
he brought it up. He brought it up to us, really. When he was there.
I think he's been a flat earther for a while.
okay,
I
right.
would assume.
That's
He
fine.
seems
We'll
to be
find
fairly
out this afternoon.
confident in his- Yeah.
Yeah, he likes Owen Benjamin.
Oh well, that's half the battle then, right?
So yeah, he's pretty hip to all the stuff. He's a pretty awake guy. It was cool. Like I said, it was kind of like hanging out with Have No Sphere. Just when we just hang out by ourselves, it was that type of atmosphere.
Awesome.
That he created in his show, yeah. So
Awesome.
yeah.
Real quick, so you guys know, even though this is a YouTube train wreck that we are attempting for you guys to double share it and get it out there for you with all the audio issues, what I plan on doing is taking the TFR version of this show and last show that had so many audio issues and cleaning that up and getting it up on a YouTube video for you on our main channel. So look for that soon. It may take a minute, but it is on its way. Thank you all. Love you all. Appreciate it. We will see you this afternoon.
Love you.
Have no sphere.
Love you guys. Appreciate all your work, Walter.
Nah, thank you, Josh. Definitely love you guys. Thank you all. Hopefully, as this progresses, this will get a bit smoother on my side of it. Love y'all. Thank y'all. I was even playing along.
Truth Frequency Radio.
My got
News
to
and
go.
information without the hate, hype, and fear. We're proud to feature cutting edge life beyond the veil. Chris and Cherie Gio. Squared with Crooks and Normal Portal with Brent Thomas. Karanism Raw with Karen Hedmisa. Fearless with Frank Castle. Strange World with Mark Sargent. The Eye of Ra.
All right.
Cool.